All right. Peace, everybody. And we are live. I am Brenda Williams, founder of Culture Shifters Unite, and I am here with my friend, my girl, wellness activist, noted coach, all around dope human, Carina Jackson, who is on this amazing odyssey with me for the Modern Day High Priestess. So, just a quick recap, we had a conversation earlier today with
Yes.
Melissa Keenan from Hope Publishing, who published Modern Day High Priestess. And
Yes.
she's not a one time or a two or three. She is an 8-time best-selling author. I'm sorry, international
International.
best-selling author.
Yes.
And four dope black chicks from the D are now
Yes.
also international best-selling authors.
Yes. Yes. Say that, Berhinda.
Okay. So we're gonna represent. So Karina, Tierra Boyd, Janine, Spencer Gilbert are all part of Modern Day High Priestess. And we have spent some time going through our journeys, particularly as Black women. So let's just center that.
Yes.
It's already, I guess, expected or understood that Black women will hold up the infrastructure, will hold the space. And that's really going to take us to the name of Karina's chapter, which I think is so important. High Priestess is not new for us.
No.
It came in the form of aunties, big mamas,
Yes.
God mamas. We
Yes.
were always the ones in the community that held it together. The church mothers that gave you that hard piece of candy, but
Yes.
also a little change for your pocket.
Or a handkerchief for your skirt.
Listen, okay. Put a care package together when the kids went off to college.
Yes.
The mother that was making sure that the kids had the ramen noodles and in the care package that went off,
Yes.
caring for the sick and shut in. And so many times she was the one that was the sick and shut in.
Yes.
Okay, really trying to make a dollar out of 15 cents. I remember my great aunt would get the the government assistance box with the cheese, with the block
Yes.
cheese in it,
Powdered
and
milk.
powdered milk, canned chicken, the canned pork, and the canned beef, all of it, right? But she would give away most of it.
Yes.
So this
Yes.
would be her box,
Yes.
but she would give away most of
Absolutely.
it.
Most
Okay.
people that come get food from us when we give away food at Mariners, they're usually getting for other people in their neighborhood, not just for them. But that's what we do. That's what we've always done as Black women.
Full stop.
Yep.
I cannot think of a generation in my family of Black women who were not caring for other people, like legit caring for their own families
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
and caring for everyone else. And so this is why I think your chapter is so important, because it's also a cautionary tale
Yes.
and led you down this beautiful pathway of becoming a wellness activist. So let's peel back some layers. You know, when we talk about your chapter of your book where you talk about the big mama syndrome,
Yes.
okay, caring for others at the expense of self. When we talk about health disparities,
Yes.
right? And then when we think about recovery time and then what's needed for self, let us know everything that was going through your mind as you sat down that fateful Saturday to actually put words to what you have already been living and breathing, Karina.
It's so interesting because in my health journey, I know for me, I always put other people ahead of me. I've never been sick. So the idea of me being sick and not being able to care for somebody else was unheard of. And as Black women, as leaders, as mothers and grandmothers and aunties and godmothers, we put everybody else ahead of us. So my chapter in the book is called Deprogramming Big Mom. Even though I'm the youngest of my siblings, it's 15 of us, I was always considered Big Mom. I don't have any kids, but I was always the one planning events, quilling quirls, making sure everybody got along, taking care of those who needed taken care of. And at the same time, my body was telling me something's wrong, but I'm too busy. I work for a nonprofit. You know, I'm involved in other things with my family members and friends. We're busy. Berhinda, you're busy. I know a lot of times you and I talk and I say, Berhinda, slow it down, girl. You're doing too much. And the one thing we share in common is that we both had parents that suffer with Alzheimer's, dementia. My mother was suffering. So I decided to be the in-home caregiver. That's a whole nother piece. Many of us are caregivers for our parents and also for our own children. So we're considered the sandwich. I love how they call it the sandwich situation.
Generation, sandwich generation.
We always been that. Black people always been that. We will have a hospital bed set up in our living room for a
Think we
loved
won't?
one.
Think we won't?
I've been seeing that since I was a kid going to people's houses.
Ma'am, mother and grandmother, we did in-home hospice for both of them. How about it?
Both of them. So the idea that we are changing a little bit as we're getting older and wiser, and we understand the toll it takes on our bodies, we are still doing things that are not good for us. So in the process of me suffering, which ended up being, I ended up having a brain tumor. I had to have 3 surgeries before I was just like, I can't do this anymore. And when you think about what Big Ma stands for, yes, she's a caregiver. Most likely she does not care for herself. She has the worst health because she's not eating properly because she's giving away food to everyone else. She's feeding her kids and loved ones and she gets what's left over. Her credit is usually messed up because she paying everybody's bills or co-signing for people. We're doing all these things. So in my mind, my chapter was about I can't be Big Mom no more. I cannot deplete myself in order to help somebody else. And as Black women, we are able to do that. We can still care for others without depleting ourselves.
Ma'am, when I say cautionary tale, and when I hear your story, Carina, again, it's a through line that I hear and I have witnessed and I see all up and through my own lineage, my own community. And even right now, I have a dear friend. She has a toddler in Texas, but has a father with dementia here in Detroit. And so with the back and forth and the dynamics,
Yes.
the siblings, I can only imagine
Yes.
what that looks like on top of, because we have to be honest, we're in a time and space where we need 2 incomes. So Black women don't have that. Oh, I want to work. When we think about the feminist movement, like, women work. When have we not worked?
Exactly.
Not only not just worked, 2, 3 side hustles.
Exactly. Doing hair, doing nails on
I
the
was just
side,
ready to come on,
painting
do
houses, doing whatever we had to do to maintain. Not to be super rich, but to maintain.
maintain.
Because
We
most
talk about
times,
maintenance.
yes, most times we are still taking care of other people, loved ones, kids, our kids, or our parents.
Listen, I had a friend. She told me when she was at Jackson State, she was doing hair, and she got so many clients that she almost flunked out of Jackson State because it was only meant for her to make extra money.
Money, exactly.
But she got so good.
Yep. Mhm.
And then here's the thing: Detroit is the hair capital of the world. So when
Yes,
word got
yes,
out that it's a Detroit girl doing hair,
yes,
right?
yes.
So it became her own separate economy, and she could have, if she, wanted to, pursued, a licensing in cosmetology. But I want to bring that back to, again, we they say Detroit hustles harder, but I think what people have to understand, this isn't for luxury. Like,
No,
we do it because of the cost of living,
absolutely. Absolutely. That's
right?
it.
That's
We're
it.
not going to begin to start talking about how we as a people have always done it before it got bad for everybody else.
Listen, listen, because I mean, when I see in these spaces, I hear social impact or social entrepreneurship, and I was like, Black women been doing this. Maybe not
We've
with
been
the
doing that.
label, but that's what we've always done. Y'all call it nonprofit, we call it doing the right thing.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Full
My
stop.
therapist said to me today, and I had never thought about this. She said, when usually when somebody says you reap what you sow, it usually means something bad's gonna happen. She said, what about if it's something good? You reap what you sow. When you do good, good comes back to you.
Ooh, girl. Now, when I can tell, I literally, before we got on this call, told someone today, I said, I don't know how I have gotten to be loved in the ways in which that I am.
It's because you love. It's because you love.
The love that shows up for me on a daily basis,
Yes.
on a daily basis. So, speaking of love, that's how I feel like the Detroit leg of this,
Yes.
because I'm like, okay, Melissa, I hear what you're saying. You want to be intentional about having more women of color. You got me, but let me introduce you to some other women, because I told her how blackety black Detroit was. I was like, well, you want it.
It's coming. It's coming from the D.
Look, come and get it. Because Detroit is a blackety black city. So, I mean, I don't
Yes.
have to remind Detroiters, but for those of you who are watching from other places in the world, we have an over 80% populace of African Americans by way of places like Alabama, Arkansas, North
Yes.
Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia.
Yes,
Okay. Just
absolutely.
want to say, and I think that's why we're so hospitable because Black Detroiters will welcome you in, like wherever you like. Just come on in. We'll take
Yes,
care of you
yes,
because I believe of our Southern roots, right? But I think, Karina, what I think is so special about the way this is all coming together so beautifully and organically. I have to shout out Teen Hype. I'm gonna shout out Teen Hype to the cows come home for
yes,
them being a partner with us because I know early on, even you and I talked about the tale of two cities. We said
yes,
we didn't want to have it in Troy. We didn't want to have it in other I mean, because it would be easy when conferences and things come in, right? They say
yes,
coming to Detroit, but it's like you everywhere but Detroit.
yes, yes.
So
And
could
there's
you
so much that Detroit has to offer. I just saw on Instagram this guy spent like 19 hours in Detroit nonstop, and he party all night, ate at good places, and it's like people don't always equate Detroit to so many different things to do. Not only is Teen Hype making a huge impact in teens' lives, but it's in a beautiful location. It is ran by a thoughtful group of people who want to see teens succeed, and they're making that happen. And I'm so excited that they've allowed us to participate in bringing about attention to Team Hype by having our event at that space. And let me say, this event is not going to be like anything anybody. I don't think people are ready for what we are about to bring with the Modern Day High Priestess event. Besides the four authors that are here from Detroit, there will be authors here from Canada. And we might have other people just drop through because we are hyping this up so much. Why wouldn't you want to be here?
why not? Why I mean, why not? Seriously. So
Yes,
I know Melissa's coming, so she's coming by way of Reno, Nevada. I think it's Jennifer. I think Jennifer's California.
I think so. Yep.
Yeah, California.
Yes.
Uh, Lauren, I believe, is coming in from California as well. And you know what? I had a beautiful exchange with Trish Mickens. That's our author that's coming in from Canada.
Yes.
She has already, because we said, okay, well, we would love for you to do a land acknowledgement. And so, because they're neighbors to us, they're indigenous tribes. A lot of them are the same ones as
Same.
our,
Yes.
yeah, same people. So she was like, well, could I do a drum? And so I was like, ma'am, if you don't get, listen, I know what it's like to want reparations and not get it.
Yes.
So if you
Yes.
get it how you live.
Yes. Absolutely.
If you
Absolutely.
can get somewhere you can honor your ancestors whose blood was shed and they took your land and still have not paid you back, and we're not even gonna get started on those day schools.
Yes. Yes. And I don't think and you and I know because of the circles that we're involved in and the fellowships we've been a part of, that is a huge part of acknowledging that this land is not our land. It was always somebody else's. So almost everything that I've been involved with the Kellogg Foundation and as well as you acknowledging the land that we are on. So again, this is an opportunity unlike anything else that's ever happened in Detroit. We are offering a sense of community to a different group of people. So that's the one thing about Detroit, people are clicked up in Detroit. You and I happen to be in a lot of the same cliques and it spreads throughout. But this is something different than anything that's ever been done before. And I feel like it's going to grow even more after this event. Um, but it's the people who are coming, not just the people who are going to be on stage, but the audience members.
Mhm,
That's why it's so important.
mhm.
If you have not gotten your ticket already, tickets are going very fast.
They
We're
are.
keeping the event very intimate because this is a very spiritual conversation that we'll be having.
Yes, it is.
All of us will be sharing a little bit of our stories, and the Detroit women's stories are just a little different than some of the other women's stories. We all share what took us to that next level. All of us have a different reason why we are where we are today. And I think what will happen is people who are in the audience will see some things within themselves that they didn't realize was there.
I think that's the part that has me the most excited because I mean we can be honest and frank, and we're always honest and frank about how race plays a huge role in division, but we also have to talk about class too, friend.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
when we think about our revolutionaries, what they were trying to do was unite amongst class because then that gets over the race hump. And
Yes.
us as women, if we could get over the gender hump,
Yes, absolutely. But
woo,
it makes it difficult to do that when you operate in silos. And a lot of times that happens because you want to be where you feel safe.
And I get that.
And women create safe spaces. Black women create safe spaces for other Black women. So we're saying to anybody who wants to be a part of this safe space and have a spiritual conversation about how we move forward in this very traumatic environment that we are all surviving in. At this point, you're either surviving or thriving. I
Mhm.
want to believe I'm thriving most of the time. And not just surviving, because when you're surviving, you're not always making the best decisions.
Come on,
But I
friend.
am thriving because it's decisions that I'm making to be in that situation. But we're living in a hot ass hell right now. So nothing,
Come on, friend.
nothing else.
You better call it out. Call it
Let
what
us
you
find a way to convene and love on each other and be in a beautiful space, and come out better than we were when we came in.
That's it. Because I'm convinced, like I know not everybody going to church. I mean, let's just full stop.
Absolutely
And our
not.
work, I always say it's for the believers and neithers and the saints and the ain'ts and everything in between.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So my only commandment is to love you. Like that full that's just where it ends.
Yes.
I love you, and that's a period, right? No exception. And so when
Yes.
we talk about it from that standpoint, what you said is so important. We're gonna leave better than when we came. And what I love about Melissa, she is so generous. Do you know this woman said she is going to give away? So listen to this. Get to your Gabby, your Gabby friend that has the story, that always is telling stories. I know in the group chat, you got that friend. You have the friend that has lived the life. Maybe you are that friend.
Yes.
Like, girl, you need to write a book.
Yes.
Did you write that now? Because for 1,000 years, we have been telling Karina, you need to write a book. Karina, you need to write a book. Girl, your life, like you need to write a book.
Yep.
So she started with Modern Day High Priestess. She's got a
Yes.
chapter, but of course, there's a book in her.
There is a book.
There's a book in her, and I think when you reach a certain age, like there's a book in you too. And I hope that you
Absolutely.
come out because Melissa is going to give away a spot in the next anthology.
Yes. Yes. And she has success at this. This is not somebody decided, I'm going
Mm-mm.
to throw something together.
Yeah,
She has proven success in projects like this. So the opportunity for somebody in the audience to be able to tell their story, that's huge. That's
yeah.
huge.
For yourself, like just do it for yourself. I think even, I mean, yes, it'd be wonderful to be a best-selling author,
Yes.
and initially when we did, or international best-selling author, like initially when we did it, I was like, okay, I just need to get this story out
Yes.
because I sat with for I would say 10 years of shame around the story, and I didn't want
Absolutely.
to tell it. I'm like, well, should I tell it? Should I not tell it? And then of course, Detroit's the size of a postage stamp, so I'm like, I don't know. But eventually, it just got to a point where it was me, my ancestors, and we just having a conversation. They're like, look, girl,
You need to tell the story.
tell the story. Because I'm not just telling my story, Karina. Like I'm telling my grandmother's story. I'm telling my mama's story, my great grandmother, like all of the women in my bloodline who have been silenced or stifled because the system didn't allow for black girl magic. And now we got black girls putting
Oh,
people on the moon.
killing it, working for
That
NASA.
team,
Okay,
this
literally.
NASA team,
Oh, I
girl,
saw that thing.
right, girl, I
Okay.
was crying going to work every day.
Yes, yes. The astronaut, the lead astronaut being a black male and coming back, and the
Come on,
things he was saying and the things he's involved in. And I love how they were like, he got a black wife and black daughter. He even had a black dog. He had a picture with his dog. His dog was black.
all black. Listen to me. Listen, Linda, listen to
Listen,
me. Okay. I mean, I was over here just bawling, like, look at this, look at us. And I know our ancestors charted the stars. Now we're
absolutely.
among them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the one thing that I didn't write about in my chapter, but I live by this, is the only way that I recovered from brain surgery was rest. And I read the book Rest is Resistance by Trisha Hersey. And the one thing, and it's funny because I talk to
We
people
have
that
her
literally,
own podcast. So Trisha, if you listening, girl, come
yes, 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 Brandon will have you on.
on.
A lot of people had a hard time with the book because there was a lot of repetition. But one of the things that she said over and over in that book is it is a disservice to your ancestors not to rest. It is a disservice to your ancestors not to rest because they were not allowed to rest. They were not allowed to. They had babies, they had to go right out with the baby on their back to finish working. So the idea that you and I can sit here and have a live stream about what we doing on April 27th when our ancestors didn't know from day to day what was going to happen to them.
Listen, I can tell you who was at work at 2:38 p.m. in the afternoon. And I mean like labor.
Yes, yes,
My
yes,
grandmother
yes.
was born in a field,
Yep, absolutely,
gave birth, and then went back to work.
absolutely. And you said your grandmother,
My
right?
grandmother, yeah, my grandmother was born. So that means my great
Yes.
grandmother gave birth.
That was not even that many years ago. That's what I need people to understand. We're not talking about great, great, great grandma. You said your grandmother was born that way. Your mother's mother.
My mother's mother. So my grandmother on my dad's side and his side, girl, they only had between the two of them less than an upper elementary education. So we talking about like second, maybe fifth grade at best because they had to go to work. They were
Yes.
sharecroppers, so they
Absolutely.
had to work. And when my grandmother was pregnant with my dad, and I wrote this about this in my Substack, friend. I am a part of her imagination. She had the audacity to say, I am not having another child in the South because she just refused to have one of her kids strung up on a tree.
And that was the reality of our ancestors
How about it?
making those decisions so that we can be here and listen to the garbage news and go through what we're going through in this world, knowing that our ancestors went through way worse than we did. So let us thrive instead of just survive.
Correct. Correct. So we need you all to get a ticket or 20
Or
because
20.
I don't want you all to be like, oh my God, why didn't I hear about this? I don't know. Maybe somebody let it pass by your feed. I know how the algorithms, but we're
Yes.
letting you know. Don't let this pass you by. I know we'll probably hear it. When y'all gonna do this again? Listen, get in on the ground floor,
Yes.
okay?
Yes.
Because what's happening here is a healing, is a witnessing, and if you look at how diverse this experience is, we can be very polarized here in Michigan if we're just being honest.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But we have such an array of diversity and of spiritual expressions, identities that
Yes.
are coming together under one banner, the modern day high priestess. And like I said, it might feel too esoteric for some people, but the modern day high priestess is probably you. It's the
Yes.
big mama, as you share, it's the big mama, it's the aunties, it's the godmothers,
Yes.
it's those people who hold the position in our communities that hold the community together.
Absolutely.
Because where would you be?
And now we're taking on these roles, but we can take them
Listen,
on in a way, again, that does not deplete.
it's got to be different.
It's got to be different. It can still be effective, but it has to be different.
I want to be part of that generation. I don't want to cry about bills because
I'm not.
I've heard they
Mhm.
thought the door was closed,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
or because such and such is in trouble for the umpteenth time.
Yep.
What are we gonna do? Or the family secrets that we keep that keep
Oh,
us sick
we could do a whole thing on that, girl.
about it.
We can do a
Because I
whole.
didn't understand until I was older why my mom didn't want me to sit on men's lap.
And my mother was the same exact way. Why you couldn't spend the night at friends' houses?
Ooh, come on, friend.
You can go to sleep over, but I'm coming to get you at 9 o'clock because you ain't sleeping over.
Look, I was spoiled. They'll come and get me at midnight.
Oh, you were spoiled.
I was
It
spoiled.
was too many of us.
Mhm.
And you at 9.
Yeah, they come give me a midnight. Everybody else in their PJs and everybody ready to go. And my mom was like, no.
No, I'm coming to get you. Say bye. You come back in the morning.
Yep. Say bye to your friends. And I
We
love
had
that I also had a mother that said, I'm not one of your little friends.
exactly. I said we had good mamas for sure.
Good mamas. My mom became my friend later, and I'm so grateful for that and to have wise counsels. So shout
Yes.
out to all my mom's friends here on Facebook and all of the friends were auntie such and such, aunt this,
Yes.
aunt that. So or mama this, mom. So growing up with a village mentality,
Yes. Yes.
yeah, it's
That's
so different.
important.
So, friend, I mean, your chapter is just so good. So all the chapters are good. Like you said, you will find your story inside the chapters.
Yes.
But what are you most excited about when it comes to this?
um I'm excited about people's response from my story because some of my team at work have read the book and they're like, I never looked at it that way. And I want people to realize there's nothing wrong with the Big Ma name, but we got to change what that means. So my chapter is called Deprogramming Big Ma. That had to be changed for me to be whole and be healthy. So not to take anything away from what makes black mamas great, but we got to find a balance. So I'm hoping through this process people find a balance between rest, wellness, and still helping those close to them.
Yeah, because you know what, friend, you make me think about some of the other Black women's organizations that I work closely with, like the Sasha Center,
Yes.
Mothering Justice, and
Yes.
Wisdom Institute. Right, they're all centered around Black women. Sasha Center, sexual assault, recovery
Yep.
and healing, but Wisdom Institute, reproductive rights, water rights, living, right, and then of course, Mama's Mothering Justice legislation as it impacts, right, Black
Yes.
women. And I'm
Absolutely.
like, Black women are really the blueprint to liberation. Take
Ab-
care of her, and it takes care of everyone.
Oh, if we could be in a better place with a black woman leading us right now.
Girl,
Okay.
listen, and an educated Black woman, Howard grad.
But black women are the most educated. We have more master's degrees, but
And we're not even gonna get started on Black women in entrepreneurship because it's like, you know what? You can keep kicking me out because we always get in the first rounds of layoffs.
yes, 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 absolutely. Absolutely.
One thing I know about us is that we're gonna figure it out.
We will. And it starts with our event on Monday, April 27th.
Come on, boom. You better bring
We
it back.
don't give, Brenda. We are not kikiing like we usually do. We are really focused.
We're focused and we're bringing you back. So on April 27th, yes, that is a Monday, 6 to 8 p.m. Teen Hype. Okay.
Yes.
Get your ticket. Your ticket includes a book. We're feeding you dinner because we believe in hospitality. And you're
Yes.
going to hear from different women, different perspectives, different lived experiences. And you will have an opportunity to win a spot in the next anthology.
Yes. Yes. That's so awesome. I'm just happy to be a part of this. And it's only because of you, Miss Bernadette. So thank you very much for that. Yeah, this is the beginning of what's next. So hopefully people can join us on the beginning of our journey with this book.
Absolutely. Because we have no idea where it's going to take us to. So, with
Absolutely.
that, friend, I know the next leg of your journey is picking up kids from school because this is what
Yes, and
we do.
going to the tennis match. Okay.
Woo!
Yeah. Shout out
Woo!
to my girl Ari. She's playing tennis. I said, girl, you ain't Serena yet. You gonna get there though.
We're gonna get there. So shout out to our baby Ari
Yes.
out here doing things. And so we're so excited. So Nat, thank you for sharing
Yes.
Ari with us.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. But again, that's just what we do.
Yes. Everybody's our babies.
Everybody is our
Everybody.
babies. So, friend, have a beautiful rest of your day.
You
Y'all
too.
get these tickets, okay? Because they're not going to be around forever. Don't wait.
Do not wait. They'll probably be gone by Saturday. So I hope you get them by Saturday.
Yeah, because we're at that point. So,
Yes.
thank you so much, Karina. Love you, friend.
Thank you.
Bye.
Love you too. Talk to you later.
Talk to you later. All right, bye, y'all. Bye.